What's up guys, it's Billy from Surf Steer Score here, and today I'll be giving you my Week 3 review of the PDC Premier League of Darts. Tonight's action was held in Cardiff, Wales, and the fixtures included Peter Wright taking on Rob Cross, Johnny Clayton, who was the contender of the evening, taking on Michael Smith, Michael Van Gerwen taking on Nathan Aspinall, Daryl Gurney facing the hometown boy, Gerwin Price, and Glenn Durrant taking on the Flying Scotsman, Gary Anderson. And now, let's talk about the darts. The night itself was pretty average, with not too many 180s. In fact, it was the lowest amount throughout the whole Premier League so far. Peter Wright, Michael Van Gerwen, Nathan Aspinall, and the hometown boy Gerwin Price all racked up 3 180s. Michael Smith had the highest average of the night, with 105.51, and he also had the highest checkout with 167. And now the darts, as I discussed, was pretty average. Not many, 180s, not big averages, and really, really low checkouts. However, there were some really close matchups throughout the evening, which we'll discuss a bit later. As I mentioned, the contender for the evening was Johnny Clayton. Now kicking off the results, we have Peter Wright, who took on Rob Cross. Now, this was a close match in terms of results. Peter Wright actually won this 7-5, which isn't too big of a surprise. However, what is that big of a surprise was Peter Wright. He didn't play all that well. His highest checkout was actually 40, which is a bit weird considering how good of a player he is. Additionally, of the 12 legs that were played, 5 of those were legs won against the throw, which isn't that great considering you got 2 top players in Peter Wright and Rob Cross battling it out. But as I said, it was Peter Wright that got the victory, 7-5. Next, we have the contender of the evening, Johnny Clayton, taking on Michael Smith. And Michael Smith absolutely pantsed him. Although he only got 180, he did rack up the average of 105.51, which is really, really good. He also won 3 legs against the throw, and then he had that high checkout of 167, as we previously discussed. Johnny Clayton, on the other hand, only had 180, and his highest checkout was 40, which is the bare minimum. Next, we had Michael Van Gerwen, who took on Nathan Aspinall, which was a rematch of a previous World Championship. This was probably one of Michael Van Gerwen's worst performances we've seen at this Premier League. He averaged 97.61, only had 3 180s, and his highest checkout was 52. Nathan Aspinall, on the other hand, played really good and averaged over 100 with an average of 101.12. He also had 3 180s in the night and had a highest checkout of 110. Nathan Aspinall was surprisingly the one that took out the chocolates in this match when he won the match 7-5. In the next match, we had the night's only draw, where Daryl Gurney took on hometown boy Gerwin Price. Daryl Gurney had an average of 97.46, which, it's decent, it's not bad, it's not great, it's pretty good. And he also had 2 180s. His highest checkout for the night was 80. Gerwin Price, on the other hand, only had an average of 93.7, which was the lowest of the night. Second lowest of the night, only to Rob Cross. He, however, did manage 3 180s, and his highest checkout was 60. So, a result for the hometown boy, not a great one, but it's one that you'll take against Daryl Gurney. The final match of the evening, we had Glenn Durrant taking on Gary Anderson. Glenn Durrant averaged 97.24, had 2 180s, and had a higher checkout of 107, which is, it's a pretty good performance. Gary Anderson, on the other hand, had an average of 96.89, also had 2 180s, and had a higher checkout of 122. The winner of this match was Glenn Durrant, who won the result 7-4. This win now puts him in good places, as he's currently sitting on top of the table. Next week, we have Glenn Durrant taking on Nathan Aspinall, Rob Cross taking on Gary Anderson, Daryl Gurney facing Michael Smith, the challenger William O'Connor facing Michael Van Gerwen, and Gerwin Price taking on Peter Wright in what is meant to be, and what really should be, a thrilling matchup. Currently, the table sits as followed. In first place on 5 points, Glenn Durrant. Second place on 4 points, Michael Van Gerwen. Third place on 4 points, Nathan Aspinall. Fourth place on 3 points, Michael Smith. Fifth place on 3 points, Rob Cross. Sixth place on 3 points, Gerwin Price. Seventh place on 3 points, Peter Wright. Eighth place on 3 points, Gerald Anderson. And in ninth place, on 1 point, Daryl Gurney. Thanks guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll be back next week with more darts content, and I'll be here throughout the week providing more sporting content such as soccer and boxing.